Hey loves, thank you so much for tuning in. Okay, so welcome back, y'all. Now, look, we're going to do a Divine Masculine Unleash spread. All right, so let's see what's really happening when the Divine Masculine drops the mask and breaks the chains and really step into their authentic power. Okay, so let's see what Spirit has to say. You guys don't forget, every twin is on a different stage of their journey. You're going to take what you need. You're going to leave what you don't need. If you triggered, face your mirror, not my comment section. I'm just the messenger, okay? Anything else, my spirit team? That's it. Thank you for my true guides for showing up. All right, so card number one, the mask. So tell me about the mask. Ooh, the Queen of Swords reverse energy. Yeah. Yikes. The chains. The Hierophant in the reverse. The fire. So this is what's ready to be unleashed. Okay. The Ace of Pentacles upright. Card number 4, the Warrior. Ooh. The Justice card coming out in the upright position. Card number 5, the Heart. The Page of Wands in the upright position. So this one is about love, y'all, okay? Card number 6, the Union Flame. 9 of Wands reverse. And then I got another card that's trying to come out. And the 2 of Wands upright, okay? And card number 7, the Rise. This is the next evolution of the Divine Masculine, right? A man or a woman who is free. The 3 of Swords in the upright position. I know, right? All right, so what I'm getting, y'all, with the Queen of Swords reverse, the Divine Masculine has been hiding behind coldness. This isn't necessarily about a karmic energy, okay? So they've been in that cold, detached, or even harsh communication, right? So that's the mask, okay? So the mask is literally about them shutting down emotionally. Wow. They may come across as unbothered, defensive, but it's a mask. It's almost like being the Queen of Swords reverse is a defense mechanism for them. That's how they're protecting themselves, okay? Which is, I couldn't get it out, so I'm going to shut the fuck up, okay? But the chains are literally tied to rejection, okay? And also rejecting tradition, all right? Of course, they're rejecting it because they feel as though it rejected them, okay? But when it comes down to the traditional stuff, authority, spiritual alignment, it's like they're trying to be resistance against their higher wisdom, okay? And I'm pulling in actually even possibly rebelling. So whatever happened to this masculine, yeah, they rebel. They don't want to do anything traditional. No traditional marriage, no traditional relationships. They against commitment. They against spiritual growth. You know, they have this fear of conforming. Something trying to shut me up. But I'm going to keep going, okay? They have this fear of conforming or even being controlled, all right? So, yeah, your masculine been acting crazy. That's why, okay? So, but that's what's keeping them stuck. And it's also stopping them from really embracing their true path, right? So the fire, what's really ready to be unleashed is a brand new opportunity, okay? The masculines want a chance to build something solid. They want that new beginning. They want that fresh start. They want that new opportunity. They want that freaking Ace of Pentacles. Just as bad as Divine Feminine want the Ace of Pentacles, right? And whether it's in their career, their purpose, or union, Spirit is saying, and I think my battery right there, y'all, but Spirit is really saying, right, the masculine has this gift. And they have the gift of a fresh foundation. They got it. It's waiting for them. But they must be willing to accept it. And so that's what, look, it's there. All they got to do is walk up and grab it. Spirit like, hey, I got this big old nice shiny coin for you. What you gonna do, right? The masculine's like, no, fuck that, because if I accept that coin, then that means I gotta conform, right? So, I shut up, right? So the warrior, the justice upright, okay? This is all about truth and integrity, right? And so what I'm seeing here is that this is a call to action, basically. This is a call to action for the divine masculine. It's a call to action for truth, integrity, and accountability, okay? So divine masculine is literally being asked to stand in their truth. They have to. They got to make balanced decisions. They have to take responsibility for that. They got to stop running. Now it's time for them to actually literally face it, because this is about karmic justice at the end of the day too. The scales have to balance. And so Spirit is calling them to step up and own their choices. This is the choice that you made. Now you got to deal with the consequences. Let's balance this scale so we can keep moving forward, right? And it's like their heart is literally craving the freedom. They want the pinnacle. They want the adventure, right? They want their new beginning. And that's what this Page of Wands is showing us, all right? It's that youthful energy. Like their heart space is like, I want to explore. I want all of this. I want to express, right? You think they want to be in that fearful, worried, state, but it's trauma, okay? Just as much as divine feminine has experienced trauma, the masculines have too, right? And the only difference is divine feminine is usually more open to receiving guidance, and working through the problems, all right, their own inner problems. So that's like kind of the only difference. But however, you got to remember, you on this journey too, right? And so you got your stuff with you too that God or Spirit or however it resonates with you had to work through with you, okay? It's not saying, you got to accept your masculine in or put up with any bullshit. So, yeah, don't get it twisted, y'all, okay? It's not saying that. It's saying, at some point it should be a little empathy in there to the pain that they have experienced. It's not acceptable for them to act the way that they do or behave the way that they do. The only thing is that what that is teaching you how to stand in your truth and your power and your own authority. How they act teaches you to choose yourself, okay? So that's where the mirror comes in at. Your divine masculine is doing exactly what they're supposed to do. And every time you choose yourself, when that divine masculine start acting a butt, you level up, and your divine masculine mirrors that energy, and they start to release the karmic energy, okay? Now, his heart or her heart, however, is craving that new beginning. They want it, okay? And so when it comes down to the union flame with the 9 of Wands reversed and it's 2 of Wands in an upright position, right? This is that energy of, the masculine letting their guard down. They're letting their guard down. They are seeing the possibilities. Let's just put it that way, right? That, this could be, I could make plans for this, okay? I could see this in my future. This connection can actually expand, right? But it means that they have to put their walls down. And once the walls come down, then guess what? The connection can actually do that. So once divine masculine stops fighting against love, right? The future with divine feminine, then guess what? You guys can move forward and actually plan and build something if that's what you want. Okay? And so the masculine's rise begins through heartbreak. Same as divine feminine, right? And Spirit is saying the pain is the catalyst. The pain is what awakened them. The karmic situations, the karmic connections, that's what awakened them. Okay? That was the purpose of the karmic in their life. And a lot of times these masculines have to play out their cycles with those karmics in order for them to get it. All right, so when they go back, they're going back because they have to close out that cycle. They have to end that contract. Okay? It's nothing you can do about it. All right? But go within and choose yourself and level up in the process. Okay? But however, they're being cracked open for healing, right? The heartbreak isn't the end. It's actually the doorway to unleashing the authentic self of the masculine.